now eating is depressing. Eating should be fun.
Come on.
Guess what? I eat. I don't get this big not eating. You know, eating should be fun. It should be pleasurable, but you have to eat smart. One of the things that I encourage people to do is don't skip breakfast. I'd like to see a show of hands for those that eat breakfast on a regular basis, just about every single day. Look around, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people out of all the folks here eat breakfast on a regular basis. Y'all heard that breakfast is the most important meal, right?
Yes.
Y'all heard that all your lives. Your mom told you that. Grandma told you that. You've been told that. They ain't lying. They weren't lying all this time. They've been telling you the truth. It really gets your metabolism going. It's important because it gets you started. It gets your brain going. It gets you have to have that in the morning to be able to go about your day and do some positive things. Lunch is your second most important meal of the day. I'm supposed to skip lunch. Second most important meal of the day, I don't think you should skip it, but what you should do is make sure that added into that is some fruits and vegetables, particularly some green vegetables in there. That's where you're going to get a lot of your vitamins and minerals and things that you need. So it's real important to make sure that lunch is more well-rounded. Supper, if you got to skip a meal and you feel like you got to skip something, I don't encourage it. Skip supper. And everybody here was like, what? Because who doesn't eat supper on a regular basis? Raise your hand. No hands, right? When I asked about breakfast, isn't that interesting? You know, you just don't miss supper. I miss supper on a regular basis. And that's because I eat so much at lunch. I enjoy eating. And so what I encourage people to do is really small meals. Every 3 to 4 hours is really the most healthy way to eat. And stopping at around 5 or 6 o'clock, especially if you go to bed around 9 or 10 o'clock. Really because whatever you're eating at that particular time, that 6 o'clock meal, what do you do with it after you eat it?
Sleep.
Sleep. That's the worst thing you can do after a meal. And what do we do? Regularly, that's what we do. How many people do the most amount of exercise after 6 o'clock p.m.? Let me see your hand. I'd like to see 5 hands. I see 1 hand. So because we don't do that, that is a reason that we probably should kind of relook at what we should be doing. So my first question is, why is supper the least important meal? You all know, just told you the answer, so you don't get that. You don't get anything for that. Told you the answer because I want you to be prepared, because I may do this again. But you can skip that meal. You can skip supper and do very well. So those calories that you eat at the end of the day are going to be stored for the most part, because you're not burning them off. And so I encourage you to actually find a way to get a little bit of exercise at the end of the day. In other words, again, eat smart. I'm not saying don't eat. I'm saying eat smart. That's number one. Also, stay hydrated. That's part of eating smart. Hydration does a lot. And I mean hydration with water. If you got to flavor your water, that's me. Then do so. I just like water that has a little flavor to it. But that's just me. But I do think that's the way I'm going to get the water in that I need is with flavor. And so I encourage you, it manages your hunger, because if you got a full stomach of water, you'll be less likely to want to eat something. So I encourage you to do that. It does actually help to digest your foods. Water being there helps your food to digest even better. It keeps your energy levels up. You don't think about that, but it really does. It wakes you up. If you were at night, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, this is what I had to do by 9, 10 o'clock when I was preparing this, kept drinking plenty of water. It kept me awake, kept my energy going, kept me up. And it does that for you. It helps your blood flow because it gives you more fluid for your blood to flow in. Make sense? Yep. All these things I'm telling you, it's just natural things that just make sense. And it keeps your organs and your skin healthy. Look around, women. The ones that drink the most water will have the best skin texture. Okay? Water helps your skin. Decreases the number of wrinkles and lines later on. So I encourage you. Plenty of water. That's not enough encouragement for your women. Because nobody wants to have wrinkles.